Show every weekday at 3 Eastern. What is the market going to do? We know exactly what the market's going to do.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
There's no need for you to be losing money.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Consumers, despite the challenges that they have with higher inflation, seem to be rebuilding their savings.
Unbelievable. You know, it's interesting. What an interesting week. The market, it started out on Monday talking, look at savings. Savings is going up, which is not true. Not true at all. And then they turn around and tell us how great the economy is. The economy's strong. But we have more evidence that shows that's not true either. Here, listen what Leishman says.
Consumers, despite the challenges that they have with higher inflation, seem to be rebuilding their savings here at a time when they still have high savings from the pandemic. So I think this is a decent outlook for the health of the consumer.
All right, rebuilding their savings compared to what? What do you mean they're rebuilding? Compared to what? To emergency savings right now that's dropping like a stone? Emergency savings is dropping like a flying monkey as credit card debt keeps hitting historic highs. Interest rates on credit cards are at 21%. Compared to what? This is crazy. Now, savings today is at an anemic 4.7%. Now, I pulled this up for my gang members this morning. I showed them. And I showed them the savings chart. What a lie. What a lie. You can see it right in front of you. Savings today, he's right, is at an anemic 4.7%. But that's down 85%. Savings, the amount of people who are savings, down 85%. That's what I'm saying. Compared to what? So it dropped 85%. And that was at the peak of COVID in 2020. And it's down, and it's 41% below the 11-year average. The 11-year average savings if you take from 2008 to 2019, the average savings over those 11 years, okay, we're below that 4.7 is below 41% below that number. So compared to what? If there was savings, people would be paying off their credit cards. They can't pay their credit cards off. Not only they don't have any savings, inflation's gotten so high, inflation is eating up their paychecks. Not just their paychecks, their income. If you were making last year $65,000, you're making probably $6,000 less. Not that your boss cut your pay, inflation. These people, it's just amazing. Just amazing. Remember, when credit card debt is at an all-time high, okay, and right now, which it is, and the credit card debt, remember, is outpacing savings. So what's he talking about? Credit card debt is outpacing savings at that 4.7%, just like inflation. Wages, for God's sakes. They can't, wages can't keep up with inflation. And they use the phony 6.3% for inflation. We all know it's more than that, it's 12%. So so the other problem that's going on with all this credit card debt and all these credit card balances that are huge at historic highs right now, $1 trillion, and interest rates keep on going up, credit card interest rates keep going up, consumers can't borrow their way out of debt. They just can't borrow their way out of debt. No more than the government can borrow its way out of debt. And that's another important thing that they don't want to talk about. That's the way they don't want to talk about that. And then that was Monday when they were telling us how great savings is, right? 4.7%, down, reduced by 85%. Unbelievable. Then they tell us this, remember, on Tuesday. They started with us here.
The economy is remaining strong.
The state of our economy is strong.
Strong? When our economic GDP growth is anemic? Anemic at 1%? That's insane. You know, there's nothing wrong with debt. There's nothing wrong with debt. But the problem is Biden used bad judgment with this COVID. That's the problem. I'll explain. There's nothing wrong with debt. A country can have debt and go into debt, expand debt, and can grow their way out. If it's productive debt, they can grow their way out of their mess by borrowing. That's right. But it has to be, that debt's got to be productive. Example, for every $1 that Congress borrows and spends, it needs to get back to that $1 investment and get, let's say, another 30 cents, 40 cents for economic growth. Now, that's good. That's good. That's productive debt. If every time we borrow money to expand our economy, and every dollar we print or borrow, we get $1.30 back on every dollar, we get to pay back our original investment, and we get another 30 cents. Our economy grows. We keep doing that. We can grow our way out of a mess, but that's not what's going on. And that's not our fault. That's the fault of this administration. Both Republicans and Democrats. And the other thing that's important when you want to grow yourself, okay, borrow money, the government, and grow your way out of your mess, as long as I said, you get that dollar back plus another 30 cents for economic growth. And the money, and the other important thing when they borrow money, they got to be able to pull that money back out. They got to remember, that money goes into the money supply. They got to pull that money back out. Because if they can't drain that money back out, it's just like with all this QE money. There's trillions and trillions of dollars in there. They're not pulling that money back out. It's sitting on the balance sheet. They're only taking out $95 billion a month. So that's crazy. They're not. That's why inflation is so hard to get down, because they can't pull that money out. You got to take it and claw it out. Now, if you do that, then it's productive. So as long as for every dollar you get your dollar back, get 30 cents of growth, that's good. And every time you're doing smart investing, where in smart debt, it's productive, and then you get your as I say, your money back and your inflation stays down. That's good. Go ahead and borrow all you want. But that's not what they did. They did non-productive Their borrowing is the opposite. COVID, it was all non-productive. He printed money, $7 trillion, and borrowed money, $7 trillion over 22 months. And all these programs, the New Green Deal, American Rescue Plan, that's bad. That's non-productive because it reduced purchasing power of your dollars in your wallet, it reduced your income, it keeps reducing your income, erodes your income. It causes historic 40-year high inflation, and it can't be drained out of the money supply. And here's the worst one. When it pushes the debt to GDP ratio out of sight, and when it gets so out of whack, no matter what you do, you can't grow your economy. And that's what happened with this COVID deal. I'll explain when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun. What are you, nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%? I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. It's interesting how people don't have any idea how the market works. They have no clue how it works. Listen to these two cuts here. They have no idea how it works.
How is it possible for the market to go up, maybe not just day to day, but go up over a longer period of time when the two functions that make up the valuation of the market, the multiple and the earnings, both have downward pressure right now?
Well, first of all, he doesn't understand the market. The market's not going up. The market has been in a downtrend for 66 weeks. I'm talking about the tech, the NASDAQ. That leads the entire market. It's been leading the S&P, it's been leading everything. Remember, we went up 1,200% since 2008. It leads. So he doesn't understand. What's moving the markets up every once in a while is short covering. And then they manipulate the bond yields. That's right. The plunger team will come in and manipulate the bond yields, or the big banks will come in and manipulate the bond. For example, I was showing my gang members with Microsoft. We made some nice money on Microsoft. My color-coded chart told us to buy at $235. And we got out when it peaked about $273. And that on my color-coded chart, it'll turn green automatically. And you can see it on the chart. It's called a sweet spot. And as long as you stay in that sweet spot, you have the highest probability of not losing money. And we had a return on that. How much was that? We had a 17% return. Now, again, I'm not saying every gang member had a 17% return. I don't know. But if they follow our instructions every day and Steve's instructions every day, and every day at 2 o'clock we tell them exactly what to do, I don't know how they wouldn't, okay, unless they're just not paying attention. But here's the neat thing, is now we're selling short. So I told my members, take a look at the 50-day moving average. That's support. And I said, they're holding that 50-day moving average for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. They've been holding that there. And they hold it there artificially because they don't want these tech stocks to drop through. So what do? They artificially push up or push down the yields, the bond yields. They'll push them down artificially, okay, by buying the bonds. They'll push them down. That pushes the market up. That pushes the tech stocks up, okay? And so, remember, so they manipulate, but it doesn't last. And that's one thing we do here at Phil's Gang. I mean, we teach our traders, our investors, how the market works. It's so important. So you can see the game plan that's going on with the S&P right now. If you take the S&P and you take the Qs, and we're short both those, okay, and they're going to collapse. this market is going to go down. The NASDAQ, the Qs are going to go down another 30, 40%. How can it not? Because as I said to you, remember what they did. The worst inflation is what they call helicopter money. And that's what they did. COVID. When we hit that COVID, remember all the checks, $1,200 checks, $600 checks, and then $1,400 checks, and then the new Green Deal, trillion in infrastructure, trillion, and my God, they added $9 trillion, okay, on top of a $2 trillion deficit for $21 trillion, drove it up to $30 trillion. Are you nuts? Not with earnings or anything else. So what they did, that's called helicopter money. There's a difference. If a government borrows money for the purpose, okay, where they have that money they borrow is being used and it's productive, again, so when you look at your debt to your GDP ratio, as long as it stays at 60, doesn't go above it, that means for every $1 Congress borrows and spends, we'll get that dollar investment back, and our economy grows by 30 cents. But what they did, by doing this COVID, they were doing it for the Biden, and then they're doing it for themselves. They're doing it for themselves. They would have never done it otherwise, because by doing what they did this COVID, that's helicopter money. See, helicopter money is different. Just writing out checks to people. Just writing out checks, that's all you're doing. And it's not productive. It's not productive. So you have helicopter money, and then you have productive money. The whole COVID was helicopter money. And when you have helicopter money, you have terrible inflation because it's not productive. And now our debt to GDP ratio has increased under Biden to 130. Now, what does that mean? It means every dollar the government borrows now to spend, we don't get the dollar back. We don't get our investment back. Under Reagan, we got it back because it was only the GDP ratio was 30. And then it was 60 under Trump, and now it's at 130. So the problem is when you have a debt to GDP ratio and the government's trying to borrow money, the problem is they don't get their investment back. Not only don't they get the original dollar back, they don't get extra money, so the economy can't grow. And that's why our economy's not growing, because they made a decision to do helicopter money to make them all look at Joe Biden, what a nice man he is. Let's reelect him, old Joe. So he threw helicopter money out the window instead of productive money. And that's why the market's going to keep going down. That's why your NASDAQ is going to keep going down. And today, when they're trying to tell us how savings is so good, 4.7%. Compared to what? What are you, nuts? But see, people don't know how the market works. They'll just listen to these dopes and believe them. They'll believe them.
The economy is remaining strong.
Oh, I better buy a stock. Oh, my God. I better get in before I'm too late.
The economy's doing all right.
Oh, boy, I better get in before it's too late. They have no idea. Just like look what happened. The economy, once you have helicopter money, that's all they've been doing. Helicopter money. Remember what happened in January, the 2 quarters, 2022. We went from, remember, we were going up 7%. Our economy was growing by like 2.7%. 0.7%. We dropped from, let's use an average of 6% down to minus 1.6, minus 0.6, back to back. That's a recession because they used helicopter money instead of productive money. And nobody's going to tell you that. Join my gang, please. Learn how to sell short.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner. who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market is still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang gives platinum-level service and stock recommendations. You know, it's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang. But we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, good afternoon, gang. It's Steve Celeste here with philsgang.com. Just wanted to tell you how to get engaged with Phil's Gang and how to become part of the Phil's Gang membership or how to try us for 10 days free. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's www.philsgang.com and click on Get Started at the top of the website. Click on the big red banner that says Working Investor 10-day free trial, and that's all you got to do. And hey, while you're at the website, why not stop by our gift shop, see if there's something in there for you or for somebody you know. All right, thanks, and back to you, Phil.
Thank you, Steve. When you go to the gift shop, right next to it says how Pro 2 works. It's so beautiful. I'm telling you, this chart, the color-coded chart, I started that chart 22 years ago, and we've been improving it every day for the 22 years. This thing really works. So try it for 10 days, and then after you try it for 10 days, okay, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how to use that, but also you're going to be a member, so you're also going to get the education you need. You're going to get the education you need. And as I said, the biggest part of the education is to teach people. I can teach a monkey how to buy a stock. I can teach a reindeer how to buy a stock. It's easy. But you can't, the most difficult thing is to get people to understand how the market works. Give you an example. Listen to this right here. Listen to this.
So far, 87% of companies have beaten on earnings and revenue so far. That is a positive. That's
not a positive. That is not a positive. Beat earnings is not, they always use that. Target the other day used that. Target was a disaster yesterday, or I think 2 days ago. It was a total disaster. So I don't have it in front of me, but let's say it was supposed to come at $3.95 and it came in at $1.85. And they said, oh, isn't this terrific, though? But they beat their estimate of $1.50. So wait a minute. So it drops from $3.85 to $1.85. That's their earnings. A disaster. But when a person hears who buys and sells stocks and he doesn't really know the market, he's always depending on brokers and he doesn't get it, and he hears that, wow, he beat. Oh, they beat. We thought it was going to be $1.39. They don't look at the fact that it went from $3.85 to $1.85. All they hear, it beat. And they'll go in and jump in and buy all kinds of stocks. And they use that dirty trick all the time. If you're going to be in the stock market, the most important thing to learn, okay, what are your yields doing? You don't have to understand the bond market. You don't even have to know what the hell it does. All you need to know, if yields in the bond market are going up, you can see it. You just put up on your chart. You see it go up and down. And we see it every morning, what they do. If the market closes down 800 points, the next morning will say implied open 65. Notice almost every day after the market closes negative, it'll say implied open next day 35 or 65. That's their favorite numbers, 35, 65. And all they do is manipulate, okay, the yield to go down pre-market, and then market goes up so they can put up implied open 65 after close negative 300. That's to get everybody excited. Oh, I better get in fast. I better get in fast. And they jump in, and then they don't understand within 20 minutes the gain is gone because they don't understand the bond market. It's so easy to look at a chart so you would know it's a sucker's play. It's a sucker's play. So if you know the bond market, you got a great gauge. But combine that with the color-coded chart that we designed 22 years ago. They've been improving it for 22 years. And it works. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. And the other thing, when you join our gang, every day at 2 o'clock, Steve takes our portfolio, posts it, and tells you exactly what to do with each stock. Who else does that for you? We keep a portfolio of 6 stocks. 6 stocks. So that's not many. Why do I need more than that? I want the 6 most popular stocks that are volatile, and I'm going to make money selling them short, make money when they go up. And this margin he's talking about here, Maria, here, listen to this.
So we're lowering our earnings for 2023 by $5, which is not a lot. And first of all, margins are coming in broadly worse.
Now, the reason why margins, that means is if you sell hats and you sell a hat at $10 and that hat cost you $5, that's a healthy margin. But all of a sudden, the economy gets bad, where inflation goes up, and people just don't have the money to go to that store and buy the hat for $10. So the owner decides, okay, I'm going to cut it down to $9. There's the big problem. He's cutting his margin. The last thing you ever do, don't cut your margin. Do anything else but cut your margin. All you small businesses, I'm telling you, I've seen more businesses go out of business because they think they're going to make it up in volume. Stay with your margin. I don't care what business you're in. If your margin is 10%, 2%, 8%, 20%, make sure you're loyal to that margin. You'll always be in business. Cut somewhere else. The margin is so important. Once that margin starts dropping, it's over. Then you turn around and sell short. And that's what we do. We sell short. And our color-coded chart will turn red. Here, here's a great example. Here's a great example right here. We have a stock, okay, KBH Homes. Now, we put up our color-coded chart, and it turned green around October 28th, and we bought the stock. We stayed with the stock because it stayed green all the way up to around $40. And then the sweet spot on our chart that lines up with the color warned us, okay, that money was coming out. Didn't turn red yet, but we could see the money coming out of the stock. That's how accurate this is. So the candlesticks were green, but they started going down, and it gave us a warning. And then it turned yellow to tell us, hey, money's coming out. Now let's set it up for a short, and we did. So we had about, again, I don't know if every gang member's got, I think it was about 40% return, if I'm right, 27 to about, what was it, about $39. But now we got a good setup to sell short, 40%, to sell short. The biggest problem investors have when they don't know what they're doing, they're going to get out of the stock and they're going to run around trying to find another one that's going to go up. Well, you're going against trend. Because if that stock, you got out of the stock because that stock's going down, the whole market's going to go down. The whole market, because our market is in a downtrend. The Nasdaq's in a downtrend. That's what leads the market right now. And the biggest problem we have, and why this market's not going to, listen to what I'm telling you. The reason the market's going to go down another 30%, 40%, and it's going to be led by the Nasdaq, the big tech stocks. As I told you today, we're in a recession. Remember what they did, how they lied. We had a back-to-back, 2 quarters back-to-back in January in 2022, back-to-back. And Biden said, oh, don't worry about that, and it's not a recession. What else do you call it? We're in a recession. But the biggest problem we have right now is that all of that money that they printed for all this COVID, they can't get it out of the system. And that's why businesses right now are having problems with their margins. And when you have problems with your margins, then your earnings go down, and then you get massive layoffs. So you got to learn how to sell short.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, if you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake Business News Network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this, but it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
What are you, nuts? Coffee's up 92%, lumber's up 67%, heating oil, 60%, gasoline 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you a fan of the Phil's Gang radio show? Then you should check out philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back. You know, you just need someone to guide you that to make sure that when you're investing in stocks, you're winning more than you're losing. And you're not going to get that, okay, from your cookie cutter advisors. Because first of all, they buy the stocks first and mark them up to you. That alone should tell you, learn how to invest on your own. It's not difficult. As long as you, with the technology today, you're just following the money. Try it, for God's sakes. The market's going to go down. This market is in no position to go up based just on the fact there's not enough buyers, meaning institutions will not buy this market. They've been holding this market. Think about it. This market has gone down for 66 weeks and have not gotten back its losses, as opposed to going down for 16 weeks, then getting all their money back, 5 weeks, getting all their money back, and not only getting their money back after 16 weeks and 5 weeks, but after 16 weeks they got their money back, and then it rallied another 50%. And then after it dropped 31% over 5 weeks, 5 weeks went back up, they got all their money, and then they made another 130%. We're now 66 weeks, and the market can't move off that bottom. Why? There's no incentive for the big institutions to buy. No institution is going to buy these stocks. These valuations are insane. Who's going to pay $19 for every $1 of earnings in these tech stocks? And another problem is people have no confidence. They have no confidence. These guys have destroyed Washington. I mean, listen to this. Listen to this. I don't want to get into politics, but I got to. Listen to this, because this ties to the stock market. Listen to what Biden says.
She was very specific recently, saying that a poor mother who lost 2 kids to fentanyl, that I killed her sons.
You did.
Well, the interesting thing is that fentanyl they took came during the last administration. Look, folks. Anyway, I don't want to get started.
Did you hear the people gasp? What? You're buying? What? See, here's the problem. And then you got the FBI director, Wray, and then you got not only the FBI director, but and then you got the Department of Justice head, what's his name? Gaynor, I can't think of his name right now. But again, those positions should be voted. Those should be voted on. We should be able to vote for the FBI director. We should be able to vote for the head of the Department of Justice because you put Garland in, and then you put that FBI director in there. You got 2 crooks in there who are what? I shouldn't even say they're crooks. They were hired by Biden. They've got to be loyal to him. They do not want to be fired. So do you think for one moment they're going to do what is right? I mean, I had to turn it off. I was listening to Garland, right? And and the truth was coming out. And this guy should have just said, I admit it. I work for Biden. He's my boss. I'm so appreciative. I'm never going to bring any kind of consequences to his son or his family or himself. I'm working for them. Those 2 positions need to be voted on. We need to vote for those guys so they can be impeached. That's all I got to say about that. It just makes me sick. So what's happening is the country doesn't feel good. But it doesn't mean you stop investing. Doesn't mean you put your head in a hole. The wonderful thing about investing in the stock market, you just got to be able to go from point A to point B. What's that? Stop with this idea that you buy a stock based on this company, what it does. People are still going back to the 1950s and 60s. Buy and hold. Buy the stock because of what the company does. And they listen to all the crap they get from the brokers and the TV about these guys. Money goes into a stock, it goes up. Money comes out of a stock, it goes down. What money? Institutional money. What do we know about the economy overall? The economy, we can't grow our economy. Companies can't get good margins. Why? Because first, our debt ratio to our economic growth is nuts. It's 130. That means we can't grow our economy. If you can't grow your economy, then companies can't make profits. So the only way they can make profits if they turn around and cheat, do more stock buybacks. And they haven't stopped stock buybacks altogether. You can make good money, and you can be making money consistently if you have a little bit of knowledge how the market works. And then use my color-coded chart to assist you, that help you, that tells you when to buy, when to sell. I swear, if you come to just 3 classes for those 10 days, and you're going to be working with Steve, there's no better there's no better teacher of charting than him. Nobody better than him. You know why? Because I took him under my wing when he knew nothing. That's why I would never hire a broker, a stockbroker or a planner. I never would hire them because their brain's all screwed up. Okay, you can't re-educate them. They really believe that stocks go up because of fundamentals. They really believe that. The stocks go up because of fundamentals. You can't break them of their bad habits. And how many times do you get excited when you hear buying a dip, buying a dip, buying a dip, and you run and you buy in a dip, then what happens to you? You lose money. You only need to be in 6 stocks. That's all you have to have is an inventory of 6 stocks, and you can't get that across to people. They think you got to have a hot stock every day. Hot stock every day. For God's sakes, I get confused. I think those guys on Wall Street, they're running a bakery instead of stocks. I mean, whatever flavor you want this week. Or flavors you want. Look at the market. The market is going to go up again. It is. It'll go up sometime, but not now. So why aren't you shorting? If all you did was just short the Qs, or just short the spiders, all you have to do, you'd be making more money you ever make in a 401k. And what really destroyed this country, was COVID. Not COVID itself, but what they did when they turned around and shut this country down. Everybody go home, stop working. Go home. And then they printed $9 trillion on top of the $2 trillion in deficits. And then they took that money and threw it out of a helicopter. That's why they call it helicopter money, because when you have that kind of money where you're writing checks for this deal and that deal and the new Green Deal and give people $300 check, $400 check, and you can't get that money back. That money's not productive. When government prints money or borrows money, it's productive. When they invest it, they get the money back, and then they get another 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents worth of growth in the economy. Now you got something. We're not going to see that for years. Because how are we going to get the money, the COVID money out? How are we going to get that $10 trillion that they put in? Biden put in, Trump put in $3 trillion. Biden put in, I think it was $6 trillion. And that was on top of the $2 trillion debt. So someone explain to me, when they tell us how good the economy is, how can it be good? You can't get that out. You got to get that money out. Because that's helicopter money. That's not, when you borrow money like that, that's helicopter money. It's not productive. So that's okay. Let the market keep going down and make money on the way down. I mean, when they're handing out $1,400 checks, $600 checks, $300, what do you think was going to happen? Inflation, that's all, because it's not good. Join the gang, philsgang.com. Try it for 10 days. It's free. You get the color-coded chart. It works. That's all I have to say.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.